Alright guys, here's the continuation to my review, and we'll go over the M3X first. To install the battery, flip up the lever, remove the battery cap, and simply install the batteries as shown. Now, reinstall the battery cap and lock the lever into place. Now, the M3X has three features for illumination. First, you have your momentary on. Next is constant on. And finally, an off mode, which locks out the button, and the light cannot be turned on even with the pressure switch. So it's perfect to avoid accidental discharge, or when you want to save batteries, something like that, just in case. Next, the light. At first you'll notice that the battery cap, the ridge right here where my thumb is a bit high, so you might want to take a file and lower the profile a bit so that when the lever is locked into place, it doesn't get pushed up and protrude upwards, so that when you install your light onto the rail, it doesn't scratch it up or get in the way. And another thing is that the mounting bracket, the spring underneath it, doesn't have enough tension to push it all the way up, so there's some play in it. I'd advise you to shim under it or do another mod to your rail. And another thing that bugged me is that the LED head, the lamp assembly, isn't unscrewable. I mean, I've tried it a lot and it doesn't budge. There does appear to be threading on there, but it seems to be glued in or sealed or something like that. At least the light's good, so I won't have to open it up right away, so no big deal there. In appearance, it's almost identical to the real thing. The thing you would be missing would be a retention lanyard for the battery cap that is secured by a screw in this hole, as well as battery logo or diagrams to show how they go in. And lastly, you'd be missing the Inside Technology logos on both sides on the front of the light body. The stickers are pretty much identical in terms of writing, however the color is a bit mustard yellow, and the color on the light body is a bit darker. Other than that, it's a pretty good light, good performance, and pretty much identical to the real thing. And lastly, Element did decide to include an IR filter. However, LED diodes do not produce enough IR light to be outputted by the filter, so it's completely useless. It will not work with LEDs. You need an incandescent lamp assembly, so it just uses that as a regular battery cap, lens cap, and you'll be good to go. Next is the PEQ-16A. To install the battery, simply just unscrew the battery cap and place the battery, and once it's in there, make sure that you can slide it into place evenly and it doesn't wedge in diagonally. If it does wedge, you're gonna have to smack the PEQ box a bit so it can release, and then try to arrange it in there nice and vertical. And then your other battery, positive terminal inwards. Now simply screw the cap on and you're ready to go. Remove your lens cap, and the first mode, it's off right there. Now we can use the laser, red laser, constant on, and blue LED, barely visible. You got your blue LED, and lastly you got your main illuminator, which I'll go over in a separate video. Main illuminator. Off mode. Now this blue safety screw, you need to remove it in order to get the IR LED mode working, but it isn't really useful in a tactical situation. I mean, it's not gonna serve much. It's just a little thing that Element put in there just to have an IR mode, just for kicks or the cool factor, I guess. That's pretty much it so far. The stickers are identical to the real thing. Just found one typo in there. Let you guys figure that one out. The color on the PEQ box is a little bit darker, no problem. Here on the mounting bracket and the mounting screw, these are both steel, and the middle part, the clamp, the RIS clamp, is aluminum, so pretty solid mount there. On my unit, the elevation adjustment is a bit loose and can be turned quite easily. However, the windage adjustment is very stiff and needs a lot of force. However, the two adjustment screws work perfectly, and I was able to get the PEQ box zeroed in properly. So even if they're loose or a bit tight, you'll still be able to get it working, and it'll function as it should, so no problem there. When you purchase either one of these, you'll get one of these inside pressure switches made of rubber. They're very responsive, and that's all I can say. Very good switches. The wiring seems nice, doesn't seem too fragile, works as it should. As you can see here, we'll go into laser mode. There you go. Very responsive, very nice. Now, the dual switch has a quick detach spring-loaded clamp that attaches quite nicely. Has the inside logo on the front button. Let's hook it up. Set your light to momentary on, and for this purpose we'll use the illuminator on the PEQ box. First is the M3X and the illuminator on the PEQ box. As you can see, each click on the dual switch has a nice sound to it, but it works as it should, very responsive. So there you guys go. I'll have a little comparison test right now in darkness. Pretty good items, recommend it. Read the full review, the written one, if you haven't. And thanks for watching, guys.